Okay, this is the vlog part 2. What we have here is the casing for a Gourd Calabash tobacco that I bought through meerschaummarket.net or .com. After you open it up, it looks like this. So what I have to do is first take the bowl out. Oh my goodness. That was a serious camera blooper, but hey, I don't care. I'm with YouTube. A lot of people would like to see this. Whew. Okay, so this is what it looks like without the stem. And I'm going to take out the stem. There we go. Set that off to the side. Put it in there. And I'm going to load up the pipe carefully. Okay, the pipe looks like this after you load it up. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use a nice Jeep lighter that has a portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a statue of him sitting on a chair. Posing himself very presidential-like. This is, if you want to see the actual statue, it is viewable. I don't know exactly where, but it is in Washington, D.C. And it should always be tamped a little bit. It should be tamped very gently. If you pack it too tight, I speak from experience. If you pack it too tight, it's going to be hard to keep it, the smoke flow going, and it's really not going to smoke very well at all. And just sucking on it really hard is going to be hard in your chest. Okay. This pipe blend, it may be declared a natural, but I personally think it's an aromatic, but it's a good aromatic. Excuse me a minute. I had to blow my nose because it was itching. Yeah, I always carry a handkerchief like this in my back pocket. Because there are some people who just constantly go, and they go like this. And seeing that is disgusting. I don't say anything to them. But I want to tell them, blow your damn nose in a handkerchief. Here's a issue about another reason why I made sure to carry handkerchiefs. Back in the summer of 1991, before my mother passed away, me and my dad went on a camping trip. It was somewhere in southern Colorado near the Colorado River, and exactly where it was, I don't remember, but I think it was somewhere a little bit west of Walsenburg, possibly. And my dad had a neat early 1980s Toyota truck that was white. And I asked him where the Kleenex was, and he said glove box. And then I blew my nose, and my dad said to me, he says, "You don't carry your own handkerchief?" And I said, "No." And he said, as a way of straightening me out, he prodded his finger really hard like this on the dashboard of his truck. He shouted, he said, "You are 18 years old. You are old enough to know better. You need to carry a handkerchief. Carrying a handkerchief doesn't make you a nerd." And it's true. Well, as you smoke the pipe, you want to make sure not to puff it too often, because that's not going to be good. And another way to avoid having to use a lighter too much and ruin the taste of the tobacco blend is do this. Blow into it ever so slightly so that it keeps the burning of tobacco going. You try not to puff too hard, and I try not to puff too often. But you don't want to do one of these or you're going to get a bad buzz. Not good for you. Ah, there's the coffee mug again. And the other thing is, I personally do not think it's a good idea to use filters, like those medical filters and those 9mm filters by Bingham or Big Ben. Oh goodness, I'm gonna light this again. So what's best to do is get, like, if you don't want to get the 80 bag of 80 BJ Long pipe cleaners, get a roll up of 40, and they're in a container that's rolled up about like this. Yeah, you just very gently touch it. Don't do one of these. Or you know, do one of these and then take something like this and then poke it. Because that's not going to help much. That's going to get the bowl of tobacco that you piped. It's going to get everything out of sequence. It's going to be good at one end, but on the other it's going to be either too tight or too loose, and it's not going to smoke very well. And here is another pipe that I have that has the Scotland Yard logo on it. It wasn't made by Scotland Yard. It's made by a company that I'm going to reveal. This pipe is at least 70 years old. I purchased this pipe on an eBay sale, and this stem is either bronze or it's gold. Not like 14 to 28 karat gold, but like something like 7 karat, 5 karat, or 2 karat gold. And the other thing you should not do when you're smoking a pipe is take a couple puffs, chew on chips or eat like an entree, like a burrito, taco, a casserole dish, breakfast, anything like that. Because smoking while eating is not a good thing. If you're smoking the pipe and after smoking it you get a heavy buzz, stop smoking. Eat something and then come back. And just be more careful how you smoke. And excuse me. The other thing I feel bad about personally is we've had most recently several people pass away. First it was Bob Barker, and I found out that he died of complications of Alzheimer's. And then it was the lead singer of Smashmouth. He died of liver failure. It was probably alcoholism. He had a big struggle with drugs, and I bet he had a struggle with alcohol too. And I personally think, what could have happened is it was the alcohol. He started consuming lots and lots and lots and copious amounts of that, where the copious amounts were getting, a heavier quantity of whatever liquor he preferred, and liver failure got him good. But the autopsy or the results of the autopsy haven't been released yet. It could have been something else he died of. We'll find out. And today I found out about a man who is named Gary Wright. He was 80 years old. He was born in 1943 in New Jersey. And he died of a form of dementia. It might have been Lewy body or something like that. And Gary Wright, in case any of you don't know, the two songs that he came out with in the 70s made him famous. One was Dreamweaver, where it goes, "Woo, Dreamweaver." And the other one was Love Is Alive, and you could hear him with this really good keyboard playing saying, "My love is alive. So like a wheel that's turning." And I can't sing the rest of the songs because some of those people have, their lyrics get so scrambled you can't really understand what they're saying because they're singing so good. But what the song actually means, it's the words are scrambled. That was a heavy drag. Well, that's about all for this vlog, but there's going to be more. Sooner or later, I will have a vlog where I specifically discuss a bucket list of the type of things I will cover. It's going to be a lot more about me dying on April 6th of 2011 and me living in Pueblo, then Denver, then Pueblo again, and then me living in Denver for 4.5 years, or almost 4.5 years, and then moving to West Virginia, taking ownership of a house, which the weather out there is, the summers are brutal, really brutal. And then moving back here because life was too short and it was just getting to be too much. Well, thank you, everybody. I'm glad that I am gaining more and more members, and post April 6th is the channel. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed before, and I will have lots and lots of more vlogs over the next few years. Thank you.